Set, go! Got it. Ready? Ready? Ready up! Go! Let's go! Ready, ready? Ready, ready! Let's go! Here we go, here we go! Let's go! Down! Ready? Let's go now! Ready? Set! Ready, ready? Come on, set! Hut, hut! Set up! Set up! Ready, ready! Hut! Set! Set, go! Ready? Set, go! Here we go, shot! Huh! Ready, break! Ready! 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 Let's go! Ready, ready! On the ready! Let's go! Ready, ready! Ready! Here we go, here we go! Ready, ready? Down! Let's go! Got it, ready? Hot, hot! Let's go now! Shut up! Set! Hot, hot! Come on, set! Set up! Ready up! Hut! Ready, ready! Set, go! Okay, ready? Set, go! Shut up! Set! Set! Ready! On the double! Go! Here we go, shot! Ready! Let's go! Ready! Ready, set! Ready! Ready, ready! Here we go, here we go! Come on, set! Go! Ready? Ready? On the set! Hut, go! Set up! Hut! Set! Set up! Okay, break! Hut! Set! Ready! Set, go! Ready! Hut! Here we go, set! Set up! Ready! Ready! Let's go! Hut! Ready! Set, go! Here we go! Ready!
It's Week 18 of the NFL. And coming up next, it's the Jets' sure-handed wide receiver, who's third in the league in catches this season and ready for more this week. It's the Jets and the Bills. And it's...
And we are underway in Buffalo. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down. Corbin. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Operating from the gun. Corbin. Another completion right back to Patterson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Again, Patterson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Back to throw. Corbin. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Give to Patterson running to the right. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Corbin. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much rough with him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On 2nd down now, it's Spencer, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Corbett. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Corbett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. The Jets at 11-5 on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. Patterson on the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. You look at this Buffalo defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
On 1st down, Corbett. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Corbett. Touchdown! From 13 yards out. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Spencer. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. It's Spencer. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Corbett. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. But you look at this defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around it. Number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
Here's a give to Patterson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 9 from the 44. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Corbett, as they've got it as we resume action.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that will pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Alvarado. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes our score 17-0. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Just get it in the pocket. Come on, be patient.
They'll keep it on the ground. And Spencer unable to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Spencer. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 now.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 18-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Spencer. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And a nice play on the end of it. An 18-yard touchdown run. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Jets on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
2 yards to go, second down.
Off play action. Corbett. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Looking to throw. Corbett. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
Think they still have to show him as a threat?
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On third down, it's Spencer. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Operating from the gun, Corbin. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Corbin. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we reach halftime in what's been only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. They'll set up to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Spencer. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
looking to throw. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They run the counter. It's Spencer. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Robbins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On first down, it's Spencer. Brought down at the 20.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, it's Spencer. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Spencer. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Able to push his way through. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw.
Corbett working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Here's Patterson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Corbett.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Corbett. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw again. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Get after him, offense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Spencer. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. 2nd and 9 now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts. Back now in Buffalo.
2nd and 5.
The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Make a play here, take it to him. Let's get 2. Keep the sticks moving. Keep them moving.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Spencer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. On 1st down, Spencer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robbins. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw. And will be intercepted.
And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Corbett. He finds his man. Complete. It's Alvarado. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the RPO, he completes it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Corbett. Throw left side complete. That's Alvarado. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Corbett. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
This is Patterson.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success. 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right back to him on 1st down.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Down like a lawnmower, baby. Throw it.
Pushing the rod down the field. Hit him with a trick play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Being chased out left. And he finds Escobar complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here's Ellington. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. eluding the pressure right. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now they show Jets sweep it instead, a run up the middle here.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Corbett. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
So the Bills now down by 13, exactly 1 minute remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
And the pressure gets to him again.
A 6-yard loss.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for Melbourne, they finish off the
I can't believe my eyes. I've been muted this whole time. I don't know how long I've been muted. I just looked down and saw it was orange. I'm very sorry you heard that whole stat update with no volume. And possibly even more. This whole episode may have had no volume. Should be very frustrating on my part. We allowed that catch? Are you kidding me? Do better, Long. Do better. Damn. Out of bounds. Ah, come on. Dang it, I couldn't catch it. If I got that interception, that's gold. All good though. Week 22 starting off strong. Covered skeleton here. I'm honestly glad I got messed up there. Gave Long an opportunity for another pick in this little week. No! Spriggs, you're a bully for that. I had it clamped. Obviously not, though. Okay, that may have been PI. He didn't drop it that time. Also didn't obliterate him before the ball got there. Stop it, Hollenbeck. You're not going to drag me through the mud. We're in a good position here. Good job, Long. Takes us out of our good position, but gets us into a position to get something bigger here. That's unfortunate. We need an interception and like a tackle. Well, I'll take that. He slipped, so definitely could have been worse, could have been better. But we're gonna get gold. We're gonna come out of this with the gold. Calling it right now. Guaranteed with that right there. When I say that, touchdown is worth 100 points, so there's the touchdown. Oh my, if we give up a big play here, we could lose it. We will not be doing that though. Good job, defense. Alright, Najee Jackson. Last time he'll be in the close quarters. Again, unless I utilize... Well, if he's an X Factor and he's starting, I am not putting him in as a focus player. I'm telling you that right now. Even if he's a superstar. I tried to jump over it. It just didn't work the way my brain wanted it to. It's highly unfortunate. This is not going very well so far, Jackson. Let's do a bit better here. Honestly, Thompson, I need you to do some better blocking. Yeah. How about that? The juke move messed me up. I might have had the touchdown. We're hitting bronze for sure. But silver is getting more and more questionable with every cut that I make. And yes, I do blame myself for a majority of this failure. Oh, alright, we got a little slippery there, escaped. Ooh, this ain't good. I juked right into it. At least we got positive on the play. I'd say we have about 0% shot. Definitely now. And we got a slight chance for gold here. Not there. I would have needed to successfully have made that juke and got in the end zone to maybe have a chance there. Got the long haul coming up here. We only got silver on this last time. Over aim, let's do better. And this is surprising bye week. The way this season went, we went from being unsure if we were even going to make the playoffs to being the #1 seed. What a storyline for this season. Having to play our backup quarterback for half the season. Alright, Emmett Walker. The final drill of the day. And honestly, I'm probably going to look at that stream to see how much of it was muted later. But hopefully it was not the whole thing. I have a feeling it is, though. Oh, he couldn't get the feet in. Alright, we got a sack. First positive, well, second positive play. Followed up by a allowed out of bounds. 20 seconds in, not going too great so far. Touchdown allowed. Interception there. That rights the ship a bit. Good job, Williams. Just for Hollenbeck to take it all away.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's on me. This is probably our best chance to get to gold. Keeping them in this zone here.
Let's go now. Go.
Uh-oh. They both started breaking free on both sides. That was not ideal. Honestly, silver's probably even out of the question here. Definitely out of the question. Unless we got like 2 picks somehow, which we are not getting. 0.2 seconds left. Some players had good drills this week, others had not so good drills. Walker was in the not so good pile. Alright. Luckily, we don't have a game this week. I got some upgrades, rest and relaxation for a little bit, watch the first round of the playoffs. Alvarado, he's a boosted, oh no, he's a true 90. Go vertical threat here. Just another massive upgrade. I'm gonna be real with you. This man is definitely hitting 99 overall. He's already a 91. He's only 23 years old. Cody Allen. Number 60. Yep. He's the one who had that massive block. Gonna go power here. Might get our first 80 overall stat. Confirmed. We do. Najee Jackson. I said we were going to do a power back. It's not going to bring his overall up, but +3 break tackle is really going to help him out. for next year. Because it's only 65. Adrian Waters. Oh, this is the man that fumbled. I blame Spriggs, but this is the culprit. I didn't blame him in the game, but I definitely blamed him. Hey, +1 speed. And then, after the game, when I couldn't figure out who 81 was, gotta go finesse. Got to go finesse here for Mr. Hamilton. Only +1 to each stat. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's something. Alright, it's good. Advance to, well, let's see who made the playoffs. We hopped in the bracket for a moment, but okay, the Dolphins did make it. I honestly want to play the Browns or the Jags. The Packers are 1 seed. The Eagles did make it, though. Hopefully we're not facing off against them. Or else it would have been back-to-back against the Commanders, back-to-back against the Saints, now back-to-back against the Eagles. If we make it to the Super Bowl, of course. We would not want that. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the week. Who is our week 1 opponent? The Browns. The 7 seed Browns will be our opponent. Let's see if we faced off against them this year. I don't think we did. Oh yeah, we did. Right here at the end. We absolutely pulverized them. But that was a simmed game. Simmed and played do play differently on occasion. So we'll have to see how it plays out. We're going to end this one here. Hoo-day to all you Bengals fans out there. I'll see you in the next